Self-help TV features 10 ways to have better communication with spouse. If someone were to ask you what you think the true foundation of a happy married life is, you may say love, dedication, and honesty. On the other hand, how often do we discuss the importance of communication in a marriage? The fact that two people spend the majority of their time together under the same roof does not guarantee that they will communicate effectively. In order to preserve a good marriage and a strong tie, you and your spouse must communicate efficiently. When it comes to communicating, nonverbal communication is just as vital as verbal communication. We'll discuss the importance of communication, as well as some tips on how to improve it and other pertinent issues, in the following video. In a marriage, communication is crucial. Why is communication with your spouse so important if you want to have a long and happy marriage? In a marriage, what function does communication play? Here are a few reasons why communication in a marriage is so important. Number 1. When there is a lack of communication, there is a lack of interest. If you are uninformed of what is going on in your partner's life or the issues they are facing, you may be unable to comprehend or relate. As a result, there would be a gradual loss of interest in each other's lives and strained relationships. As a result, effective communication is essential. Number 2. Increased understanding. Couples who chat, discuss their lives, or communicate with each other on a daily basis have a better understanding of one another and a stronger bond. If you understand your spouse and the situations they may be in, there will be less chance for misunderstanding or ambiguity. Number 3. A greater level of marital contentment. If you and your spouse have established effective communication, you are more likely to enjoy a happy and peaceful relationship. Better communication in a relationship leads to greater happiness since you can talk about anything with your partner, resulting in fewer conflicts and quarrels. Number 4. An increase in trust, honesty, and respect. Marriage is a two-way street. You can't expect to get everything without giving back. As a result, being honest with your spouse and offering and receiving positive feedback, as well as sharing other problems with complete honesty, helps to build trust in a relationship. Number 5. A better connection. Communication with your spouse is a way of sharing your thoughts and feelings. We understand that it is not necessary to convey your love and affection for your spouse in words. Being expressive and loud, on the other hand, is one of the best ways to communicate your feelings to your partner and strengthen your bond. Here are some marriage mistakes that most couples make. Mistake number 1. A relationship with more me. When you marry, you are making a long-term commitment to the partnership. We may, however, forget this from time to time, and marriage becomes about you rather than your partner. For example, you want your husband to treat you special every year on your anniversary by taking you out to dinner. You would only plan a vacation when you had time off. You would only visit places you enjoy, and so on. All of this demonstrates that your pleasure or permission is more important than your partner's. Mistake number 2. Husband or wife harassment. There will be ups and downs in every relationship, which are inescapable. If your spouse makes a mistake, no matter how trivial or serious, it is not acceptable to yell or say hurtful things to them. It's vital to understand that everyone makes mistakes, and that yelling or reprimanding your partner is a bad thing to do. Words said in rage have a propensity to startle the other person's feelings or emotions, which is especially true in marriages when there is little or no communication. Mistake number 3. Do not compare yourself to others or compete with them. One of the most ludicrous blunders that married couples can make is comparing or competing with their spouse. People with similar professional backgrounds or positions are more likely to make this error. You can either brag about your professional triumphs or accomplishments to your spouse, or you might chastise them for their failures or setbacks. It's good to have healthy competition with your husband, but you should never disrespect him, and a lack of communication in marriage can compound the situation. The physiological traits of males and women are drastically different. It's not only about different body parts, it's about different brains as well. While still in the womb, infant boys' brains are flooded with testosterone. Certain neurological connectivity between the left and right hemispheres of the brain, which function as communication and emotion bridges, has been shown to be disrupted by testosterone. Emotions and communication are significantly more interwoven in the brains of girls with estrogen-rich brains. That is why most women value communication so highly. When you talk to your wife honestly, an MRI can discover substantially increased blood flow in both spheres of her brain. Males, on the other hand, are a different story. This is why communicating in marriage may be so difficult. If you want to have a happy marriage, you must be a great communicator with your spouse. So, here are some ideas for increasing your communication with your spouse. Number 1. Set an example of courteous listening. The first item on the list is to accept responsibility. Don't wait for your spouse to make the first move. Simply take a step forward and pay attention to what's going on. Listeners who pay attention are more likely to be heard in return. Number 2. Make the decision to listen to what your partner has to say. You do, after all, have a choice. You say you're head over heels in love with her? When she's talking about something you don't care about, don't tune her out. Make a concerted effort to go to a group function. You might have a discussion topic in mind. Read what she enjoys, watch her favorite TV show, walk around the art show with her partner, and pay attention to her friends. Make the choice to be engrossed. Number 3. Write a note to your spouse supporting your position. I'm excited about our date on Friday. There are a few things I'd like us to talk about before we go to bed. What are your thoughts about it? I adore you. Thank you very much for bringing me lunch yesterday. It was great talking with you. Let's get together for a cup of coffee and continue our discussion. Number 4. Prioritize regular, media-free family meal times. This is true in terms of marital communication as well as family dynamics. Meals may be great opportunities for conversation. It's a series of casual family get-togethers and workshops where parents teach and model appropriate behavior. Plus, whether or not you have children, meal times are a great time to keep the conversation going. Number 5. Make sure the television is turned off. A request for people to tune out their relationships. A powerful statement about what is important and unimportant in a home, a diversion that will always divert attention away from one another. Number 6. Maintain eye contact while communicating. Use touch, receptive and reflective feedback, and body language to show that communication is taking place. Smiles, gestures, head tilts, raised eyebrows, nods, and so on. Number 7. Avoid interacting with your spouse while on the phone. It sends a strong statement about what matters. Number 8. Stay away from one-word or superficial responses. It's all too easy to brush off genuine discussion, smother first-order eye contact, and send the message to your partner that you're not actually engaged in what they're saying. Number 9. Organize all of your important reminders, dates, and messages in one place. Perhaps a large calendar on the refrigerator, a bulletin board in the kitchen, or a whiteboard by the front door. Number 10. Add your spouse as a friend on all of your social media accounts. You should devote more time to your spouse than to anyone else. Include each other as primary contacts, stay in touch, send daily messages to each other, and act as if you're best friends. You're almost certainly going to be. Are ready to improve your communication with your spouse? Write your comment below. Click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.